Hey dear, how about a nice warm cup of tea after a hard day? Today we're building a traditional Japanese tea house called chashitsu. In Japanese tradition is an architectural space designed to be used for tea ceremony or chanoyu gatherings. Let's get building. Here we are in Mount Komorebi and I am just going in with our walls and I'm trying to figure out how I actually want this to look like because I am using a couple of reference images and I'm trying to my best to make this as close as possible to what it looks like in reality. Also, I'm trying to be a bit creative here and there and I want to make it like this serene, just relaxing and just very zen spot, I guess. So I'm adding this pond with these lilies. I think these are water lilies, and also I'm adding a bunch of flowers afterwards around it. So you'll see that I'm going to add also these animated elements like fireflies and the water glistening. I thought that's going to be a nice little addition because they're very beautiful in live mode. And also the hydrangeas are back, guys. They are always kind of around. It's very rare for me to not use them because if you have seen my other videos, you might have noticed that I have a thing for hydrangeas. I just absolutely adore them. There's just these beautiful flowers and I have to have them around. Also, they're base game, so you can easily add them to your builds. And here I am just going in with these little stones around the pond because I was thinking that would really just make it look a bit better. And you can do this as well. If you think that your ponds are a bit boring, you can add all these just plants, flowers, and rocks around them, and that will actually level up how your pond looks like. And also another tip is to actually color the bottom of the pond and make it brown, because in reality you won't actually have grass growing at the bottom of the pond unless it's kind of like a kelp or something like that, I guess. But yeah, you won't have grass at the bottom of the pond. And here I had very limited space because at first I thought this lot is going to be big enough, and then I just wanted to challenge myself and see if I can actually make it work on this lot, and I just stuck with this lot. So you'll see me do this path here, as you can see, and I'm also doing this Zen Buddhist kind of little garden. So it's basically sand that has been raked in these shapes, and you have also these stones that are placed to make it just look nice, I guess. I'm not an expert, I'm not sure what the stones represent, but I can say that the way the sand is raked represents the flow of water, and I thought that's pretty cool information, so I just wanted to share. I didn't know that. So that's just like a little spot for your sim to like maybe meditate or just contemplate their life. I guess that's a cool little option they could have there. And then I was thinking, what walls should I have here? And obviously I had to go with the Mount Komorebi, or not Mount Komorebi, but Snowy Escape back elements. So I am trying my best to use a bunch of the build items and just added the walls, and also I am adding those lamps. As you can see, I already went in with the lamps inside, and I will also add the doors and the windows. And actually I won't show all that as well. You'll just see when I'm just moving around that I have added them, because I was actually playing around and I was not sure if I want to make a thing out of this. Sometimes I just play, and I was thinking that maybe I'll just record this time and see what it looks like. And actually I thought that this is so nice and maybe you guys would like to see, so I wanted to keep this and also upload it and make a video out of it. It was really not planned, so I was looking through the windows quite a lot because I wasn't sure which one I want to use. If you have this pack, you might know that there are quite a lot of options, I would say, for windows. At least I feel like there are a lot of options, and I was just trying to figure out which one is the best. Now here you can see that I want to make another path, but they keep floating, those little items, so I am just adding one of these stone paths that take you right back. So I'm just adding that around the building, trying to make my way around it. slowly without clipping all the time. I don't know if this happens to you, but it feels like whenever you want it to just go smoothly, it just keeps on clipping all over the place. And then I added a temple. I think that that's not something very traditional, because I don't think they have temples right next to these tea houses, but I was thinking that a small temple like this might be nice, and I was just going for the temple in the back because I was thinking that it could just look really cool. So it's not like 100% accurate, but it's just a nice little thing. And I also added a little bit of an incense in front of it, because you can just use that, you can have it on and it can give different moodlets to your sim, and I think that's just a nice little addition. Anyhow, these temples, from what I've seen on images, they have all sorts of like items in front of them, and I was thinking that incense could be one of the items that you actually have there. And here, as you can see, as I said, I added the doors, and this is the moment I realized I have not added a roof on top of it. So I did worry a bit, to be honest, and I wasn't sure how am I going to go about this. So I looked up a bunch of reference images, also how other Sims players did it, and also what actual roofs on like traditional buildings look like in Japan. So I tried to do something similar. I tried my best. This is the second time I actually do this, and it looks much better than the first time I did it, to be honest. So I'm adding these bigger roof pieces and then these half ones, and I'm adding them all around the place. So I'm just moving them around and trying to figure out how to go about this, because as you may know, the roofing part can be quite tedious and sometimes a bit scary, but I think we did a really great job here. It's not that bad. For my second time trying to do a roof, it's pretty good. I'm just going in with the roofing and just moving it around so it looks alright. And soon enough we'll go inside and just take a look around and start working on the inside. As you have noticed, we have all the windows around, and I'm just going to add a couple of bits and pieces. So we're in the bathroom now, and I'm just going to quickly show you what I did here. And as a note, I do have to add a side note that I did move around these things that I'm adding here. So we have a sink, and we will have also like a mirror, and just it's going to be a pretty basic bathroom, but because it's in the way and you can't really enter, I didn't notice that at first. I will have to move everything later on. And here I was just adding that image, and I wanted to add it right into the mirror somehow, because that mirror had like that little design element on the side. I was thinking that it could look really great if I could just simply add the image right inside that. So I think it looks great. What do you think? And here I was trying out a couple of different plants, because I was thinking that the plants could go really well in the bathroom. And that's kind of it, the bathroom. And then we are right at the hallway. This is where our guests enter, and I was thinking that they would take off their shoes. So that's how I made this lot. And yes, this game you can play together with the Hobbies expansion pack. At first, I didn't want to actually buy it. I wanted to wait for a sale. And I was just working on this lot, and then I realized, oh my goodness, this could go super well together with the Hobbies expansion pack. So yeah, I had to buy it. So after I finish this build, I will actually place the necessary items so you can actually open your business here. So don't worry about that. Oh, and here's another element that I just added to the garden because I found it. And yeah, I'm just adding these plants also, and we're going inside the tea house, the tea room itself. Now this is something called a chabana. A chabana is like an ikebana, and you might be wondering, well, what's an ikebana? Well, an ikebana is a flower arrangement, but a chabana is also a flower arrangement, but specifically made for tea ceremonies. And on the right we have a little incense, and on the middle it's a hanging scroll. There they would place different art pieces or calligraphy in the middle of the scroll. And this is a traditional way, the traditional display. So if you'd go to a traditional tea house, this is what you'd see. You'd see those 3 items right there. Other than that, I was thinking that I could add a couple of more things, like some images and just some other items on the walls. And like images, I'm just adding some here at the hallway. I'm back right there. And here I am just moving some of these items around. Like I have added what are those called? The ones with the pillows. I'm just going to call them table pillows or pillow tables right now. Oh, I forgot what they're called. It's not a futon, but let me know in the comments what they're called, because it's really just, I don't remember it right now. And here I'm adding just a couple of more items like plates. I was thinking that if they have tea here, they would have those as well. And here I'm just adding these tea sets, and I'm also adding a hearth. Is that the correct way to say it? It's a fireplace, but they have something like a portable little fireplace or something like that, and I couldn't replicate that, so I just did that. And on the hallway here, I was adding just a little reading nook, because I was thinking that that could be a nice little space for whoever owns this place. And if you're going to download this, you're going to be able to play with most probably maximum 2 people here, 2 sim, because it's kind of small, and I would recommend actually living here with 1 sim. So my gallery ID is right up there, PieCrustGallery, and you can download this build from my gallery. And here I am now just working on the kitchen. In the kitchen I am adding a couple of items like the tea brewing set and just other little nice items like little teas, what are those called? Tea bags, and also adding just lots of plates, and also these other little containers in which you can put tea. And I was thinking that you could make the tea here for the guests, but unfortunately that's not possible, so I'm really sorry about that. It's not as I actually planned there, but they can still use the tea from the tea room, so they can actually drink it there. And we are nearing the end of this video, so I'm going to add a couple of images at the end of this video so you can see what the finished build looks like. If this video made your day a bit better, please like and subscribe. Sending you lots of love. See you next week.